I received an email the other day from someone looking for a part, and I said, well, it's on our website. And then, of course, I realized that our website is not very easy to navigate, partly because we have so many different parts, and I'm not really sure where to put some of them. I mean, some of them just end up as accessories to antennas. So anyway, I thought I'd just go through the website and give a few points on how to find things. Worst case, how to use the search box. So when you go into our main website, press this button. It's going to take you away from all of the fluff into the shop section. And the shop section is broken down into as many different categories as I can think of. And let's look at some examples and see what we can find. Okay, let's choose amplifiers. As you can see, that's highlighted in yellow the number of different amplifiers that we have, some KU, C-band, and so on. When we go down, we have a sub-menu, and now we can look at DBS, KA, C, etc., etc. And also within that general category of amplifiers, we can see other items, attenuators, and so on. And this is the part where I've tried to put it together as much as I can so that you can find things. Okay, here's an example: dummy loads. Should dummy loads go in antennas? Should they go in amplifiers? Yeah, I don't know. But now you can start to see some of the C-band, KU band dummy loads that we have in stock. And if you like a particular one or need more information about it, click on it. Here's an example of an Apollo KU 700 watt. It gives you the price, gives you some basic information, photographs, and also at the bottom of the page, similar items. So an easy way to navigate to some of the other dummy loads that you want to get more information about. Okay, here's another example. This is the 600 watt KU, and I'd like to compare that with the 700 watt that I just looked at. Additional information doesn't give you very much. It's really for me because it gives me the location. However, alright, let's go on back to amplifiers, see what else we've got under this major category. In this particular case, we have power supplies. We've got a range of different power supplies. Some are quite exotic. Some are just simple parts that you would buy to add to a printed circuit board. The one that I'm looking at here, these are the more exotic types. These are the high tension or high voltage power supplies that go into the big TWTAs. As you can see, there were 2 pages. This is the second page. A few more items on this page. When you buy a Wavestream buck, it's notorious for not having the power supply. Particularly in a lot of cases, they are DC only, and if you go to Wavestream to get a power supply for a buck, you're likely to get hit pretty hard. Again, click on the photograph and you could look at the various views that we have available for that item or other items as you're looking at them. Now there's a breadcrumb approach along the top, so you can click back, and now we can go and look at another major category. The next major category is antennas, and with antennas again we've got C, KU, KA, and a whole range of different things in here, including power supplies again. Waveguide attachments, elliptical, WR75, WR137, a range of different products. Here's a closer look at an Andrew 152 elliptical wave guide connector. Press photograph and you can have another look at it. Modems is quite a heavy seller for us, and we break them down into the old 70 megahertz. I shouldn't call them old, but anyway. And also the L-band. Here's an example of an L-band listing, the CDM 570L. We bought quite a few of these a few years ago, and we still have a few left. And again, you can see purchase price. In this particular case, there's even a video that we made that tells you a little more about the 570L. I can't remember on that video what the purpose of it was, other than just a show and tell. But there are different videos, of course, and some of them are more in depth, how to do things. Here's a data sheet that you can look at for the 570L. And there's also an operations manual. Quite a few of our listings have this sort of background available for you. Not all, because in some cases we can't get hold of the manuals, particularly if it's an older piece of gear. But over the years, and it has been a long time that I've been doing this, I've collected a lot of manuals, and I make them available whenever I can. You've got some hard copy manuals, but that's a different subject. Again, at the bottom of the page, similar products. They should all be L-band modems for you to look at. Now, there's always the chance that you don't know where to look, but you have an idea of the name. This is why we use this little search block, so you can enter either a manufacturer's name, what you think is a product name, and if we have it, it will pop right up. In this particular case, it was the Quad DMOD from CommTech EF Data. And under that tab again, there's more information and another video. At one time I was a devil for making videos. I don't do it as much now. So that's not an exhaustive view of the website, but it does give you a pretty good idea of how to navigate, how to search, or use that search block if you can't find anything organically, I suppose. Well, that's about all. I gotta say thanks for watching, and we have a lot of stuff on our website, a lot of stuff in our warehouse. So if you don't want to go through this particular exercise, you can always email directly.